Hey guys, welcome to this video. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we're talking about the new Guerlain Fall 2023 makeup collection. I know that we are all in the mood for summer. I am in the mood for summer, but I couldn't skip the beautiful eyeshadow palettes. So I purchased two new eyeshadow palettes from this collection. I'm going to show you some swatches also of the lipsticks, the new lip colors, and I'm going to share with you my initial thoughts. I created my first look today using the new eyeshadow palettes, and I'm going to show you also how they wear during the day. I'm going to share with you what is the quality, how they feel. So let's go ahead and get started. If you enjoy beauty talks, please take a moment to subscribe. I would love to welcome you to our beauty community, and if you're returning, welcome back, dear friends. As a lot of you probably know, I'm a huge fan of Violette. I think that she's one of the most talented makeup artists of our time. I love the makeup collections that she creates for Guerlain, and I always enjoy to see what are the new products that she created, and she did not disappoint this time. I am in love with the two eyeshadow palettes that I have. So this year Guerlain decided to create a makeup collection that features beautiful neutral and nude colors, and those of you who know me, you know that this is exactly the kind of makeup that I love to wear in my everyday life. And even though this is a fall makeup collection, I know that I'm going to wear these eyeshadows also in the summer season because they are truly timeless. And I have the eyeshadow palettes in 258 Wild Nudes and 910 Undressed Brown. Both are beautiful. So I want to show you the boxes, and I have probably 5 or 6 other Guerlain eyeshadow palettes. I believe that the eyeshadow palettes from the permanent collection used to come in black packaging. Something that's interesting here and that I immediately noticed about the ingredients of these eyeshadow palettes is that they don't contain talc, which I know is going to be great for a lot of you, I know, that try to stay away from talc. So these, I do not see talc here, but I see that they added camellia seed oil and also squalane, which I think is very good for the eyelids. And so we have also some skincare ingredients here, which is great. Now, first of all, I'm looking at the eyeshadow palettes. Now, I'm actually going to be inserting videos so that you can look at the eyeshadow palettes, not me, so that you can decide for yourself if this is going to be something that you want to add to your collection. If you are like me and you like neutral makeup looks, I think that these two eyeshadow palettes are excellent. Now, initially when I got them, I didn't expect that they will not contain talc. And seeing the ingredient list immediately after I unboxed them, I saw that they don't contain talc, and somehow I was expecting that the quality is going to be, you know, good, but not that. Like with eyeshadows that don't contain talc, usually you don't have great blendability. And you might need to work just a little bit more to get the color on the eyelid, and especially with the colors that have satin finish, they usually are a little bit more firm. This is not the case here. The quality is outstanding, out of this world gorgeous. I am very, very impressed with what's the quality of these eyeshadows, but I always have high expectations from Violette, and she never ceases to amaze me. So first of all, let's take a closer look at 258 Wild Nudes. Now, on these eyeshadow palettes, it says that you can use them for 6 months. I think that I'm going to use them for a lot more than 6 months, at least a year or even more than that, but probably because it doesn't contain talc, I suppose that they are probably obligated to say 6 months. But touching the powders, I think that they're going to be good for like at least a year or a couple of years. I'm not really sure. I still haven't researched that. But let's take a closer look at Wild Nudes. Now, this is absolutely gorgeous. We have 3 soft matte colors with different intensity of the color. We have this almost like, I would say this color, blush brown color, very pale, almost like a peachy brown, almost like not a peachy brown, but I would say a blush brown color, which is very, very beautiful, very interesting. This one is a little bit more yellowish, and then you have one matte, deep chocolatey matte brown color, and this one is satin finish. It's absolutely gorgeous. I would use this one all over my eyelid, just like one and done eye color. All of these colors blend beautifully on the eyelids because this is mostly what I use today on my eyes. The other eyeshadow palette is 910 Undressed Brown, and it's so gorgeous. Now, immediately after I opened this eyeshadow palette, I thought that this color is like pumpkin spice latte. This is a fall makeup collection, and like immediately after opening the eyeshadow palette, I thought, well, pumpkin spice latte, I can't wait to wear this one on my eyelids the fall season. This color here is my favorite. It reminds me one of the colors of the palest shade in Chanel's Tissé Rivoli. It's not the same, but it is similar. It's such an elegant, almost like a rosy champagne color that you can use all over the eyelid, and with a little bit of eyeliner, co-eyeliner, or a little bit of the brown colors just on the outer corner of the eye, and the look is going to be spectacular, gorgeous, beautiful. So here in this eyeshadow palette, we have 3 satin shades, very soft satin shades. They don't have shimmers. They are just satin, but they are exactly satin with no shimmers whatsoever. And then you have one deep brown color. Again, absolutely beautiful. I like both eyeshadow palettes and I cannot tell you which one is my favorite. Now, all of the colors feel very soft when I touch them. So let me go ahead and touch. Immediately after touching any of the colors, you can see I get the pigment on my fingers. No problem about that. So the pigmentation is excellent. I literally don't need to rub. I just touch and I get the pigmentation. Now the matte colors have just the tiniest amount of kickback, which is to be expected from matte powders. The powders are firmly pressed, but you can use them with any brush. Even soft brushes are going to work here with these eyeshadows. Even though they are firmly pressed, you don't need to use a brush with firm bristles. So you can use even soft brush and you're still going to get the color. And I like that they blend beautifully on the eyelids. So again, let's do the same with this color, Wild Nudes. I'm just going to touch the colors. They feel powdery when I touch them, but I have no problem whatsoever right after touching them to get the color on my fingertips. So that's how pigmented they are. So the quality is excellent. Now today on my eyes, I used a combination of the 2 eyeshadow palettes. I'm going to show you how I created the look in a minute. But before that, I wanted to let you know that I did not use any primer on my eyelids, and the colors applied beautifully, blended beautifully on my eyelids. So this is great. So I just wanted to compare with the new reformulated eyeshadow palettes from DIOR. So from DIOR, a lot of people were frustrated that the new reformulated eyeshadow palettes from DIOR, again, they don't contain talc, but especially some colors in some eyeshadow palettes, not all of them, they are not consistent in terms of quality. So in some palettes you might find that the satin shades and the shimmery shades are so firmly pressed that you should literally like dip your finger firmly into the powder to apply to your eyelid, or you have to use a brush with very, very firm, dense bristles so that you can pick up the color. This is not the case with Guerlain. Somehow they managed to make the colors very soft, very pigmented. I have no problems with the pigmentation at all, and I don't think that anyone is going to have problems with the pigmentation, even people who like very vibrant colors, highly pigmented colors. These eyeshadow palettes are gorgeous. I know that some people probably are going to think that these are colors that you already have in your collection, and this might be true because these are neutral colors. Probably you already have similar colors in your collection, but I always enjoy to have such color story in my collection because this is something very easy for me. It's very easy for me, and these are timeless colors that I will use any season, any time, for any age, for any occasion. You can go wrong with these colors. This is just my personal preference. And now I want to take a closer look at some of the lipsticks. Now Guerlain are going to release 2 lipstick cases. They are in brown colors, again neutral brown colors. One of the lipstick cases actually reminds me, let me go ahead and see. So one of the lipstick cases reminds me this color here, and it has this kind of a leather look to it. So it reminds me this almost like a brown blush color. It's very beautiful. And then the other one is a more intense brown lipstick case. I decided for now to skip the lipstick cases and the lipsticks because there are so many new releases and I'm trying to catch my breath. I still have a budget. I really want probably one or two of the lipsticks because the lipsticks are going to match beautifully with the eyeshadow palettes. Maybe I'm going to get some of the lipsticks. But my very good friend Eka, she is an Instagram content creator. Some of you probably follow her on Instagram. She purchased, I think, almost all of the lipsticks except for one color, and you can see beautiful videos and swatches on her Instagram account. So I'm going to write her Instagram account here. I'm going to leave a link to her Instagram account also in the description box. She was very sweet and allowed me to show you swatches of the lipsticks. Now definitely go ahead and follow her because she is reviewing a lot of luxury makeup. She is a luxury makeup lover. She buys a lot of makeup and she loves to review makeup. And also what I love about it is that the quality of her videos. I love the quality of the videos in particular. You have to look at her reels. It almost feels like you can touch the product. So she puts a lot of work into her Instagram account. So be sure to go ahead and follow her. But let's take a closer look at the lipsticks. So we have lipsticks with satin finish and with matte finish. I like all of the colors. I like almost all of the colors. Now I know that Tonka is going to be a little bit too deep for my skin tone, but I'm very tempted by Sweet Nude 139. This is a beautiful nude color, which I think is going to be great for my complexion. Now, what I love about this collection is that the two eyeshadow palettes I think are going to work beautifully on so many different skin tones. And seeing the lipsticks, I think that anyone can find a beautiful nude lipstick here. It's not going to be that much of a challenge depending on your skin tone. Now I really like N15, but I know that it's going to be way too dark for my skin tone. I'm probably going to end up mixing it with other colors. So this is a color that I would skip, but I love the Sweet Nude. I love the Cashew Brown. And then I love number 8, which is almost like it has some reddish color. I like also Warm Almond. And here Eka did beautiful videos with the lipsticks. So definitely go ahead and check out her account. Definitely go ahead and check out Instagram because you can see the beautiful videos that she created. Gorgeous. Oh, she has actually one of the lipstick cases, the one that I'm eyeing, the paler lipstick case. Okay guys, so I've already done my base and I'm going to create a look now using the two eyeshadow palettes. I want to use a mixture of the two because this is the first time that I'm using them. For sure I'm going to create more looks in some of my other videos. So I'm going to start with this color here. It is a lovely, almost like a rosy brown color. I want to go ahead and apply this color in the crease, just to have some base. I think that these colors are very light. I feel like you can almost apply them with your fingertips if you want to. There is very little kickback here because still the colors, the matte colors are powdery, and then the satin color doesn't have any kickback. I'm generously going to apply this color in my crease. I'm not worrying to be too precise because the colors of this palette are very soft, and I think that my favorite is actually going to be Wild Nudes, but I still cannot say which one is going to be my favorite. I'm going to update you. Now I'm going to be using the matte. I'm going to be using the matte brown color with the same brush and apply this color. Wow, the blendability is very impressive. These are eyeshadows that don't contain talc, and I have to say that, well, now that I'm using them, I think that the quality is better than DIOR. Some of DIOR's eyeshadows. With DIOR, I find that with the new reformulated eyeshadows from DIOR, I find that the quality is not consistent, and some colors might be more firm, which a lot of people are going to be frustrated with that. But look how beautiful this looks. Like, I barely need to touch the color with my brush and I get beautiful color payoff. Then I'm going to use the satin brown color here. Again with the same brush, just because I like when my colors blend. And then I'm going to go in with this shade here, the palest shade, and this is the eyeshadow palette Undressed Brown. This one is beautiful. It is a satin color. I can see myself using only this color all over my eyelid. Like I still cannot see, I still cannot tell which one is going to be my favorite, but I'm just going to apply this color actually with my finger. And then I always like to use a brush for more precise blending. Then I'm using a clean brush just to make sure that everything is nice and blended. Okay, I have to say that I'm very, very impressed with the quality of these eyeshadows. I'm using them for the first time and I am loving both of the palettes. I'm so happy that I got them. This is exactly my style and I know that I'm going to be using them a lot, like a lot. I often buy makeup only for review purposes and then I just forget to use it. But with these eyeshadows, I know that I'm going to use them because it literally took me like 2 minutes while talking to create the look. And that works just fine for me. Okay guys, so this is with the mascara on. I'm going to quickly finish off my makeup and I'm so happy with these eyeshadow palettes. I'm just going to fill in my brows. I don't have any of the new Guerlain lipsticks, so that's why I'm going to use a mixture of 2 of my favorite Chanel lip colors. For blush, I'm using a Nude blush by Tom Ford. This is one of my favorites. Wow. Okay, and then just a drop of highlighter to bring a little bit of life to my complexion. Okay guys, so this is going to be the finished look. I'm looking at myself right now in the mirror. That's why I'm looking always in this direction. I really like how the eyeshadows look on my eyes and I love how they blend. I don't have any issues with the blendability, with the amount of pigment that the eyeshadows have, which is great because with the new reformulated DIOR eyeshadow palette, some of the colors in some of the eyeshadow palettes are a little bit more firmly pressed and you have to use let's say a finger or a very dense brush with very firm bristles to get the color, and the colors appear quite sheer. Here I don't have this issue and all colors, each of the colors in both eyeshadow palettes feel very nice, very soft. The pigmentation is excellent in my opinion. So without doubt I would give this collection 10 out of 10. I think that Violette did a great job for Guerlain, and since she became the makeup director of Guerlain, I think that they are creating beautiful makeup products and she creates incredible collections for Guerlain. I really like this one in particular because the colors are nude, they are neutral browns that I think are timeless colors that you can wear not only for the fall winter season, but I know that I'm going to wear these 2 eyeshadow palettes in the summer as well. I think that these are timeless color stories that are going to suit so many different skin tones. Okay guys, so that was my finished look. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I'm going to check in after 12 hours because I need to go out now and I have a lot of work to do. The day is going to be quite intense, so it's the perfect time to test how the eyeshadow palettes are going to hold. And thank you so much for spending time with me. Thank you so much for watching. Overall, I really like the new Guerlain makeup collection. Hey guys, I just came back home and it's been approximately 10.5 hours since I first applied the eyeshadows and they look incredibly good. They look surprisingly good actually. I don't experience any creasing on the eyes. I'm going to zoom in so that you can see. Now of course I had to blot a couple of times during the day here. I did not reapply any of my makeup, only the lipstick. Of course I reapplied the lipstick like a few times, but the day was very hot. It was like 28 degrees Celsius. I'm going to write it in Fahrenheit. I haven't spent much time outside. I went out just for lunch. It was like 1 hour, but I was not in direct sunlight. So we can say that I tested the eyeshadows mostly in office environment, and they held very, very nicely. So I was outside, yes, for approximately an hour and a half for my lunch. And then I had to come back home, but I was in the car. So yes, I spent some time outside, but we cannot say that I was like the whole day outside in the sunshine. I have combination skin, but I don't experience oily eyelids, and usually I don't have much problems with eyeshadows. And everything looks very, very nice. I'm quite impressed. I think that the eyeshadows perform very nicely. So overall, I'm quite happy with the way my makeup survived during the day. I blotted a couple of times here, only on the oily parts of my face, but overall, I'm quite happy with how everything looks after more than 10 hours now. That was all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Don't forget to leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of these two eyeshadow palettes, and let me know, are you planning to purchase anything from Guerlain Fall makeup collection, and also which of the eyeshadow palettes is your favorite?